Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. How many of you know that Bradford has been the curry capital of the UK for 6 consecutive years? It comes as no surprise that it's great for all types of Asian cuisines, and there's many tried and tested places. And I'm going to plug, the Karachi on Neil Street, the International My Lahore, and places like the Sweet Centre on Lum Lane that have huge history, old history and modern history as well. And there's thousands of food reviews on the internet. People are reviewing burgers to the most expensive caviar and so on and so forth. However, today I'm going to share with you something that's made here right in the heart of Bradford, and it's made at home, a special recipe. Rudyard Kipling says about his cakes, it's a very secret recipe. Well, this is a secret recipe and it's not a curry. Now, for those of you that are not familiar in terms of Islamically in the scriptures, and I'm not going to go detail the scriptures too much at this stage, even at this stage, because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Sahaba Radiallahu Ta'ala Anhu, and the books of hadith are full of information relating to eating together, because it brings lots and lots of barakah. However, today, a secret recipe that's been made at home for in excess of 30 years. So I'm going to take you into a very special kitchen. Now, the food is being made by some ladies who do not want to appear on camera, and it's not a curry, it's not a chapati. Okay, it's a very, very special baked recipe. So remember to subscribe to the video, like and share as well, and let's have a look at what the ladies are up to in the kitchen. Oh, and you may have some of this, and it has some of these. So the process is quite secretive, and part of the process then involves doing lots and lots of this, and lots of patience, and lots of du'as. And here comes the margarine, mashallah. Look at that. And then look, it's all hand mixed and it's all handmade, mashallah. So this is a handmade secret product that's been around in the family for like in excess of a quarter of a century. And many people have attempted to make it, but it's not quite worked out. So these guys make this stuff, okay, for families and sort of like special occasions. So just have a look at what's happening, mashallah. Okay, and so for those of you that are not familiar and do not know, Islamically, mashallah, Bismillah is read upon it. The Quran is being consistently read upon it as well, and it's been made with a lot of concern and a lot of blessing, inshallah. And the blessing comes from reading of the Quran and reading of the kalimat whilst this is being made, mashallah. And it smells absolutely gorgeous. And then 90 seconds later, it's starting to look like this. The dough starting to look like this. So mashallah, the dough is ready. Absolutely beautiful. It's been hand patted away as well. And now the baking trays also have the items ready to go into the oven. And something has just caught my eye. These should be general rules for life, really, not only kitchen rules. If it smells, throw it away. If it's dirty, wash it. And if you get it out, put it away. And if it's on, turn it off, because usually someone has to pay the bills. And as a general rule, look, whilst the ladies were making this, okay, they were reading Bismillah at the beginning, Bismillah in the middle, reading ayats of the Quran on it as well. So the food is also blessed as well, and the nusra and the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also is with the work that is taking place. Oh, and I've just opened the oven door, and look at that. Being a little bit naughty here, showing you an inside peek. On a rainy, cold day in Bradford, when those bakes are ready with a blazing cup of Yorkshire tea, inshallah, they'll be all awesome. Good old Yorkshire December weather. For those of you that used to watch cooking programs, Delia Smith would say, here are some I made earlier. So here are some that were prepared earlier. And now it's all speed ahead. And there's lots of them because there's lots of baking going on. So please remember to subscribe, like and share as well. And remember to comment as well. As the rain pours down in Bradford, West Yorkshire. And hats on, and I'm not going to show you who's under the hat, or shall I show you who's under the hat? As a member of the family says to me, the hat is too big. So whilst I was in the kitchen, the ladies were talking about halal. For those of you that do not know, halal is something that's Islamically permissible. And what is permissible is quite deep. We'll just keep it at that in a minute, because when you're purchasing something that is halal as well, there's a whole chain of thought of, you know, what is your source of income? Where are you getting your income from? You know, is that halal? And then are you purchasing halal? And then are you eating halal, which then relates to your ibadah, your lifestyle, your belief system, and everything else as well. So it's not just dietary law that's halal. Anyway, so the ladies were talking about halal, and it just reminded me of a particular story. So when sometimes people say to you, wait a minute, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Can I have a minute? Give me a second. Okay, they're all white lies, which have almost become acceptable. So when we consciously think about that, when we say to someone 5 minutes, then it really should mean 5 minutes. Anyway, different day, different story. Okay, so this reminded me of the story when I went to pick up 3 pizzas. So when I went to pick up 3 pizzas here in Oak Lane in Bradford, I went in, and when I walked into the pizza place, I don't think it's right to name and shame them, because it's not a name and shame story. However, I went to pick up three pizzas on Oak Lane in Bradford, and when I went inside, the guys that were making the pizzas were shouting across the back of the kitchen, "Oh, you're effing hurry up!" You know, blah 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 blah. Right. So I was just observing this. So they took a little bit longer, brought the pizzas, and I just very jokingly said to him, is the meat in the pizza halal? And he said, "Of course, bro, it's halal." And I said, "Oh, thank you. I'm just checking." Now, I know it was halal, right? I was just having a little bit of banter with him. But I said to him, "You know, you guys in the back that are effing and blinding, is that halal? And this music that you've got on with, which is very, very loud at the moment, sounds like a disco, is this halal too?" And he went, "Are you all right, bro?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm absolutely fine." So it was, we had just a little bit of banter. So it just reminded me of a story of when we talk about halal, we use it very, very blasé. And sometimes people think that it just refers to, okay, the consumption of food. Halal refers to so many things. Speak to a mufti, speak to an ulama, and now back to the baking. The smell in the kitchen is absolutely beautiful. If this was a perfume, I would bottle it and sell it. And the perfume would be called baking. So let's take a peek inside. Wow, look at that. MashaAllah. And they say perfection leaves its marks. There's some flour. And the next set are ready to roll out of the oven as well. So whilst I was at the family home, I've just wandered outside for a few minutes, and I found a few local eating places. I think that's an awesome picture. And as I carry on walking up the road, there's Marco Polo, there's Mahmoud's, and there's many other restaurants on this very famous part of Bradford known as Oak Lane. And there's another one, Legends. And there's in excess of 100 eating places just in this area. So let's head off back inside to the warmth of a loving family home. And the baking is still full speed ahead. And look what's come out of the oven. Wow, mashallah, look at that. Now for the next mission is, what do they call these? Please comment below. Please remember to like these when you eat them, subscribe to these when you eat them, and remember, do not share on your do not share on your own. That sounds terrible. Make sure you share your food and make sure you share the video too. Oh, mashallah, the smell is stunning. Okay, and here goes the assembly line, or should I say the supply chain. So they've come out of the oven looking like this, a box like that. So mashallah, it's time for the test. So first thing I'm going to show you is, okay, Deadly make D bags, make D. Do you remember the adverts from all those years ago on the TV? And that's him in the background making some noise as well. So good old Yorkshire cup of tea. Okay, however, the king of the show here is, all right, is this. And that's him is this. Look at this. Mashallah. Absolutely beautiful. Now, this has a special name because nobody really knows what it is as well. Is that it could be all sorts. So what do you think it is? Please comment below. But let's just open this up, right? Or break it up, should I say. Look at that. Oh, crumbs everywhere. Bismillah wa ala barakatillah. You know, like Karachi mix and Bombay mix, where they're just Moorish. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Made with Fikr, made with zikr. Absolutely beautiful. Alhamdulillah. Okay, and shall I tell you what they call it? They have called it a Kakoreh, and they've been making it for over 30 years. So look, just a massive shout out to all those people that look after the families, especially the ladies. Okay, and all the mums and all the daughters and all the sisters. Because those men were a little bit lazy. No, perhaps not too lazy, but you get the drift. So look, massive shout out to all the wives, all the sisters, all the mums, all the ladies of the house that are the engine rooms of the Ummah. Wherever you're watching, please remember to subscribe, like and share. I'd love to share this Kakoreh with you, but it's a little bit difficult through the camera. So wherever you're watching in the world, have a wonderful, blessed day. And may the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always be with you. Assalamu alaikum.